Sebastian. Why'd you come back here? Now of all times.
Sebastian, what is the meaning of this? Just where were you, and what have you been doing since you abandoned your own trial? I'm sorry, I was, Such an act is unbecoming of a prosecutor. You should be ashamed.
Well... Sebastian, you still don't get it, you know? This court has no place for a sniveling child such as yourself.
Pops, I've come to present new evidence, Your Honor. So please, let me take my place back at the prosecutor's bench. Sebastian, I didn't think you'd come back.
Huh! What's all this now, Sebastian? You don't seem at all like your normal self.
Pops.
Come now, what's the matter? You want Daddy to play with you? Is that it? Well then, why don't we just head back on home?
Return to the witness stand.
What's wrong? You're shaking like a leaf.
Your Honor, the prosecutor officially in charge of this case has just arrived with new evidence. The trial is still in session. In light of this, shouldn't we continue with the proceedings?
Naturally.
The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I'm sure the defense attorney originally in charge would say the same. The prosecution has no objections either, Your Honor.
Continue with the proceedings. That won't be necessary. Isn't that right, Courtney?
Blaze still believes he was the one that kidnapped John, as long as John still hasn't been found. Judge Courtney will remain bound by Blaze, and nothing else will change that. I'd just say, like, Blaze, we know your plan. Next time, don't kidnap your own son. Like, something like that, and it'll freak him out. Blaze, we've already searched your house. Oh, that would actually be the way to do it. Hello? That sound is... her cell phone. My phone as well. Eh? Uncle Ray's phone is also. Francisca, you not have a phone? Mr. Edward! Mr. Shields! Okay. Why are you calling him? We found John, sir! We rescued John. Excellent work, Detective. That kid was the most important piece of evidence, right? Way to go, Kay. I wanted to spread the word quickly, so I had everyone call. Judge Courtney, it's for you. Yes, I see. I'm so glad you're safe. Make sure you properly thank everyone, okay? Be careful, and come home safe. Hell yeah. Let us resume the proceedings. Now that I may once again swing my gavel to my heart's content.
You're kidding, right? This is just a sad joke, you know?
Shut the fuck up. Witness, this is no joke. Please return to the stand. Prosecutor DeBest as well. Promptly return to your seat at the prosecutor's bench. Yes, Your Honor. Sebastian DeBest. Yes, Ms. Von Karma? I'll leave the rest to you. Huh? Going up against your own father. It won't be easy. I shall observe how things pan out from the gallery. Bye. Fuck this shit. I'm out. Now then, allow me to ask once more. Is the prosecution ready? Prosecutor DeBest, what is this new evidence you wish to present? The missing knife and chisel, Your Honor. You mean you finally found it? Prosecutor DeBest, is this true? The knife and chisel? I wasn't able to find them.
I searched and searched. I really did, but it was already too late.
What? Too late? What do you mean?
I remembered. This morning, when I passed by Pops in the garage at home. He was holding something wrapped in a newspaper.
Pops, where are you going?
Sebastian, just taking out some trash. At that moment, I heard it. The faint sound of a bell.
Could that sound have been, by any chance, the bell attached to Dogen's chisel? In other words, you're saying that the witness threw away the evidence.
I searched for it, but I didn't make it in time. I'm sorry.
Where exactly did you search for it?
The garbage dump. I went to the garbage dump and searched everywhere. I thought the evidence Pops threw away had to be there.
Isn't that Sebastian? What are you doing here?
He ignored us.
So at that time, he had gone to the garbage dump.
But, this is all I could find.
Smells rather peculiar. Now that you mention it, there's a kind of funky smell coming from you as well.
What do you expect? I was digging through garbage.
And what of the knife?
I think it's buried somewhere in that giant mound of trash. But I couldn't find it by myself.
I understand. I shall accept this into evidence.
Ha ha ha! Well done, Sebastian. You never betrayed my expectations, you know? You searched so desperately through the garbage, and that's all you have to show for it. Oh, what a tearjerker. I'm tearing up already.
Objection.
It's a bit too early for tears, don't you think? We haven't examined the evidence properly yet.
I think it's just a pointless waste of time, you know?
Well, it'll be the bell. Probably. I'm counting on you, Sebastian. Miles, show him that the truth can be exposed in court and take him down. Mr. Shields is backing us up. Now all we need is a breakthrough. Prosecutor DeBest, let's take a closer look at the evidence.
Right.
Let's have a look inside. It'd be great if we could find some kind of proof. Yeah, it is the bell. This is the bell that was attached to Dogen's chisel. Are there any traces left behind on it?
Ugh, it's no good. There's not even a single smudge on it.
What did you find, Prosecutor DeBest?
Did you even find anything? Darn it. Of course you'd find nothing. Something like that can't be called evidence, you know? All it is trash. It must be said that that's the truth, you see?
Were Sebastian's efforts all for naught? Indeed, this bell does not seem to be valid evidence. However,
Mr. Edgeworth, are you really giving up?
well, I mean the bell, there's only two in the universe. Well, world.
Calm as always, Edgeworth. Unlike Sebastian here.
Very well then. Is the prosecution finished with its argument?
Justine, not yet. We're not through yet. There's still something we haven't examined. We're still not giving up. Struggling in vain's not cute at all, you know?
It seems Sebastian hasn't given up yet either. I was just thinking the exact same thing. The last item remaining, is it trash or is it evidence? If we don't examine it, we'll never find out. The item I'm thinking of is... I can't see it. Fuck. The bell. The bell itself is the final piece of evidence.
What are you talking about, Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh, it should be the newspaper, never mind.
I thought we didn't finish anything on the find anything on the bell.
Fuck. That's right.
Struggling in vain's not good, you know? Can't you see there's nothing at all?
Last pieces of evidence. Should be the newspaper then. There's no other option. We must examine that item.
We're still not done examining the newspaper that the bell's wrapped in.
Seems that Sebastian has the same idea as I do.
Wow, this is just wonderful, you know? So wonderful, it's to cry for. Is it desperation, or simply reckless abandon? Are you really going to? Pin all your hopes on a worthless scrap of newspaper?
Has his name on it. Huh. We won't know for sure whether or not it's worthless until we examine it, will we? Sebastian, let's examine it post-haste. Other side. Yeah. Get fucked, bitch. Nice fucking death. Is this a handprint? There's something greasy on here too. Is it oil? Judge Courtney, we'd like to request a fingerprint analysis on this paper. Could you please summon someone from the forensics?
Your request is accepted. Contact the lab at once.
I don't need fucking forensics. I can just see it.
Reporting! These are definitely fingerprints. However, it's from a glove.
What? What? Does it look like it's from a fucking hand?
Didn't I tell you? It's nothing but a worthless scrap of paper. Just think about it, you know? When handling important evidence. What kind of idiot wouldn't use gloves? Oh wait, wouldn't that be you? The idiot who doesn't know when to give up?
That's pretty harsh. Talking to your own son like that.
What's wrong with calling an idiot an idiot? If you want to be the best, you have to be heartless. I have no compassion for worthless individuals, not even my own son.
Pops.
You know, you've always called yourself a genius prosecutor, haven't you? Didn't I explain it to you this morning that you were, why you were a genius up until now? That's right. It was all because of me, because of my authority. You're always being protected by people like Courtney. And me. Now get that stinking face of yours out of my sight.
Stinking.
You know what I think about it? That stench might just suit you perfectly.
Jesus.
Just keep it away from my nose. Oh, my eyes will start watering.
Wrong. You're wrong, Pops. Sebastian?
What are you talking about?
You're the one who stinks, Pops. It's you, not me.
What? How dare you?
You haven't noticed, have you? You smell, Pops. So much that you can't even hide it. Mr. Edgeworth, try smelling the handprint on the newspaper. I don't need to fucking smell it, it has the same fucking thing! It's his fucking glove! The smell? It smells like oil. And there's something that smells just like it. Gonna think of it back then. It smells like motor oil. Maintaining that motorcycle must be Blaze's hobby. That's right. That smell proves it. It proves that the culprit who hid the evidence was... It's no good. This egg can't become the best after all. I'm too soft. I can never be so heartless. I just can't bring down my father with my own hands. Prosecutor DeBest. Summon your courage. Become a different prosecutor from your father. Wasn't that what you decided? We are prosecutors, and as prosecutors, we stand in the courtroom. In that case, isn't your duty to shed a light on the truth? Exposing crimes and bringing criminals to justice, even if the criminal is your own father. That is your duty as a prosecutor. Didn't I promise you that if you have the courage to stand up, I will show you the way? If you cannot do it alone, then I shall do it together. Then we shall do it together. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Allow me to present the evidence that connects the handprint to my father. This is the smell of motor oil, the kind used for maintaining motorcycles. Both myself and Mr. Edgeworth have smelled the exact same smell before. Blaze the best, it was in your garage. And wouldn't you say these fingerprints have a rather peculiar shape? Yes! Christ! The 5 letters that spell out death, missing the A. It's exactly the same as your own gloves. Or the leg on the A. Huh! You can buy gloves like that from anywhere. It doesn't prove a thing. You... Come on, that's such a bullshit excuse. Is that really the case? It's not the only thing that these 2 pieces of evidence have in common. Fingerprints on the newspaper that was used to wrap the bell. And Blaze's mechanics gloves. It's a little A. That's the unmistakable similarity they both share. If you examine the imprint left by the letter A, you'll see it's unmistakably from this glove. What? And that's not all. There's one more item we must take note of, namely these dirt stains. I suggest we do a comparative analysis on the dirt stains from the newspaper and the glove. Also, there's oil stains on it and shit like that, so it's like whatever. If the contents match up, then it will prove to be decisive evidence. Bailiff, please have these dirt samples sent to forensics for analysis immediately.
Edgeworth! Sebastian! You lovely prosecutors! Do you have any idea who I am?
Yeah. Pops, you can't run anymore. It's been proven in court that you concealed the evidence, and that you tried to cover up for the defendant.
You're saying that I'm guilty? They'll be sent to prison? Me? Blaze the best? A couple of snot-nosed punks are gonna make me disappear? There must be some mistake.
Be a man and admit your crimes.
Shut the fuck up! Do you really think you could survive if I'm not around?
Yeah. I'll be fine now. I thought I wanted to become the best prosecutor so I could get your approval, Pops. But when I was kidnapped by your men and stuck in the dark room, I started thinking. I am truly powerless. I despaired and averted my eyes from the truth. But... in that moment, Mr. Edgeworth stepped in and showed me the way. And now I'm no longer just a child chasing after his father's approval. I've become capable. I can find evidence all on my own now.
Huh. My men kidnapped you. Why were you?
Pops, I'll show you that the truth you never knew. Through this trial.
Sebastian, how dare you speak to me like that? You should have just stayed an idiot, son.
You may have hated me at the very end, Pops. But hi. I've always looked up to you. Man, you shouldn't. Fuck this dude. He's a piece of fucking garbage. Thank you for everything up until now. And goodbye.
You. Since when did you? Oh, you've ever been able to. Sebastian!
Oh, something. Oh, you've been able to something. Fuck. Hey, Courtney. It has been established that the evidence was concealed by Blaze the Best himself. A judgment recording his concealment of evidence shall be delivered at a separate trial. The missing chisel and knife still have yet to be found. However, once a search of the waste disposal site is underway, they will surely be discovered.
The knife will be found? What will happen to me if it's found?
No need to worry. You'll simply receive the punishment you deserve for your crime.
Punishment? For me? Blaze, what in the world are you doing? You. After all your boasting about being able to create your own truth and not guilty verdicts. That's why I contacted you immediately after the prison incident in the first place.
Good. Flip on him. Flip on him.
And to make matters worse, you even kidnapped the wrong kid. I just can't believe this. You really are. Really are. Completely useless.
That was certainly a violent outburst. But you heard her, Prosecutor DeBest. Heh. She got flustered and said a bunch of important stuff. Right? Yep. Indeed. That's correct. He just still doesn't seem very sure of himself. Very well, with that, the court is adjourned. Nice. God damn it. What? Huh. Who are you? There's Xiaolong. Not Xiaolong. Lang. Judge Courtney, it's still too early for a happy ending. Langzi says, at the end of the trial is not always the end of the case. And who might you be? The name's Shilong. Shelong. Just a humble, lone investigator. Do you have some objection with this trial? Huh! Not a chance. The defendant there has a heart as black as moonlight, a moonless night. Lang, don't tell me you're the one from 12 years ago. You got it. Ain't this nice? Now you're finally going to prison, where you belong. 12 years is a long time, coming for a suspended sentence, don't you agree? Agent Lang, what are you talking about? The SS5 incident 12 years ago. It's a case I'll never forget. 12 years ago? How many things happened 12 years ago? Huh. Well, a lot's changed. It all happened 12 years ago. Back then, he and my father were close friends, and our clan protected the president's life. And then he suddenly changed, as if he became an entirely different person. Nowadays, he doesn't even have a shred of faith in the police force of Zhengfa. 12 years ago. Wonder what went on then. Might have something to do with Lang's father and President Huang. Patricia Rowland! And you, Blaze, Best. Back then, the two of you killed off the Lang clan. Were you involved in the incident 12 years ago? That's right, I was. However, I'm not here to chase after ghosts of the past. I'm here for you, Justine Courtney. Me? You, and the one other. John! Miss Courtney, you're coming along too. As a suspect in the murder of President of Zhengfa, Dijong Huang. What? Agent Lang, what evidence do you have? Settle down, prosecutor. The investigation has only just begun. We're going to inspect the crime scene with the suspects in attendance. Agent Lang, did he get his hands on some new pieces of evidence? If you have any objections, then you can tag along as well. I shall do just that. And the end of this trial is not always the end of the case. There are still many mysteries yet unsolved. The murder of the president. Yeah, that's a little bit of a mystery, yeah? Namely, the true nature of the giant monster. And Then come and get me. I'll be looking forward to it. That is, if you can bring me to justice. But I highly doubt that. The true identity of the person on the other end of the phone. To be continued. Could you please give it a rest already? The heck, I'm telling y'all, it's best for y'all's sake to come clean. The staff has their lips sealed shut as the reporter could continue their tenacious negotiations. If you're not here to cooperate with the investigation, I must ask you to vacate the premises. Put a sock in it, Copper. Y'all couldn't even stop Moozilla's invasion. Not only did they secretly raise a giant monster, but now the staff is trying to cover it up. Like I said, we haven't been raising any monsters here at the film lot. Ain't you said you done saw Gordy it yourself? Yeah, sure I saw it, but it's not like we were keeping it at the film lot. What a meme. Mind if we butt in? Someone spoke. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. John! Oh, y'all come here to search for the monster too?
We're searching for a criminal, not a monster. And Langzy says, the darkness inside a criminal's heart can be likened to a monster. Well then, when it comes to killing people, criminals aren't much different from monsters.
Agent Lang, there's a problem. I can't let outsiders enter the crime scene.
These are all key figures in the case. I'd like to be here when I investigate. When the investigation resumes.
Agent Lang, regarding what you said about resuming the investigation, where do you intend to start?
We'll start by reviewing the case. Today, the body of President Huang was found here at the film lot. Good story. President whereabouts from 2 nights ago are still unknown.
Seems he snuck out from under the eyes of the bodyguards and ventured outside.
That night was the last night he was seen alive. It was when he met with you, Judge Courtney, on the roof of the Grand Tower. So, when do you meet the president?
That I cannot say. He can't tell us even under suspicion of murder. Can't say, why not? Miss Courtney, if you don't say anything, you'll be only more suspicious.
She must have a reason to clam up.